Hello, everyone. I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. This is Grant, the movie and TV guy. Review show. Movies and TV. It's what we do here. Before we begin, because I made some oopsies and I did a video on it, so I am going to give proper credit right up front to the movie I'm reviewing today. Stephen Yeun, who plays Jacob Yi. Han Yi Ri. I hope I said that right. Monica Yi, rather. Alan S. Kim, who played David Yi, and Yun Yu Jung, who played Sunja, aka Grandma. All of you are phenomenal. I wanted to say that up front. And everyone else in the movie is too, but them in particular. So, the movie I watched today is a movie that's gotten a lot of buzz. And again, if I love this movie, it will qualify for this year's best of list, not last year's. I know some people put it on there. It didn't come out theatrically. I have a different criteria. So much like Nomadland and Judas and the Black Messiah, this will be toward next list. I love both those films. They're guaranteed a spot. Did I love this film? Well, I guess we'll find out. Spoiler alert, yeah. That movie is Minari. Minari is directed by, and I believe written by, Issac Chung. This is based on his actual life. I'm unfamiliar with his work, but now I want to be more familiar with his work. This movie was fantastic. It focuses on, it's supposed to be semi-autobiographical. Jacob Yi and Monica Yi, who actors have given credit to, are a couple living in the 1980s, and the way you know it's the 1980s is certain signifiers like the fact that they mention President Reagan. They are a family. They have a little daughter named Anne, and who's like a younger tween-age daughter, and they have a little boy named David, who is cute as a button, and also a little Spitfire, and that kid's really good in this movie. And they are a Korean-American family. They immigrated from Korea to the United States. They lived in California. They decided to leave California so that Jacob, played again by Stephen Yeun, could start, like, as he says, a big garden. Daddy's gonna start a big garden. In this field, was it Arkansas? I think it was Arkansas. Sorry, I just watched the movie, I should know this. But yeah, it's like in farmland, and he makes some friends along the way. The kids make some friends along the way. But there's problems between Monica and Jacob. Their marriage is starting to fall apart. David rather, sorry, it's been chaotic. Little David, has a heart condition. And one of the things that's sort of adding tension to the marriage of Monica and Jacob is that Monica, very understandably, doesn't want to live too far away from a hospital in case David needs care. They are an hour away from the closest hospital, but Jacob is determined he has to build this farm, and so to help ease the stress, Monica invites her mother, who they call who is Sunja, the grandmother. And David has to share a room with Grandma, and at first he doesn't like Grandma, but sooner or later they form a very, very charming friendship and bond. He had never met her before. He was too little to have known her. I believe because he's very young, and I think that he probably hadn't seen her since he was born. So, yeah, Minari is let's get into Minari. Issac Chung's Minari. It is spoiler alert. It's going to be on the best of list too, because I'm going to be honest with you, this movie, I know it seems like I'm being real generous to movies, but I promise you, the 5-star movies earn them. They really are that good. I don't give them willy-nilly just to give them willy-nilly. They earn the 4.5 and 5-star movies. I loved Minari. This was a beautiful movie, and it's the kind of movie that's beauty sneaks up on you. It's a slow movie, it's a quiet movie, it takes its time. But it's really a story about a family in crisis and a family in breakdown, like slowly dissolving. But the thing is, it's not, even though there's heavy parts, it's not a heavy film, really. It's a very uplifting film in that it shows how this family perseveres in the thick of their issues relating to the marriage, the homestead, and all this stuff. And it's also kind of about the American dream. It's about how everyone is deserving of it. Including people who are not born and bred here, because we've all come from people who are not born and bred here, and this is a beautiful example of it. All the actors are phenomenal, but like Stephen Yeun, Yi Ri, the actors I mentioned really stand out, especially little David. The young actor, he was one of the best child performances I've seen in a long time. He was up there with like Jacob Tremblay and Rune. He was that good. He really was the heart and soul of this movie. You could tell he's sort of conduit. Little things that just, and his relationship with the grandma was so moving. The scenes, Mountain Dew is a catalyst for their friendship, which is fine by me. I mean, this is a Mountain Dew, but I have Mellow Yellow here. Unopened. Drink from next movie. So I gotta watch another movie after this. Not much. It's beautiful. The cinematography. There's some beautiful moments in there. Steven Yeun. There's a beautiful shot in this movie where Steven Yeun is like just at a pretty low point, and you see the camera just focuses on him, and it's lit just right, and there's just this beauty to the farmland and just the beautiful, And even where the title of the movie comes in, Minari, it's the thing that the grandma wants to grow by the creek. That kind of is, I believe it's a spice of some kind of, says like, they don't really fully explain what it is. Mind you, I'm unaware of most Korean cultures. I myself am not Korean, of course. But it's sort of like, it's something you put in food. It's like a part of a Korean cuisine. And that kind of becomes like a bonding thing between the little boy and the grandma. This is a beautiful film, and it also doesn't fall into easy stereotypes. It doesn't fall in, the grandma's kooky, but she's not a stereotype. She's the father is stern, but he's not a jerk. He's not an evil character. There are times where he's very stern. There are a few moments where he tells the boy, go get the stick. Which basically, I think, very, very obviously implies that he was taught to kind of whack a kid on the tush with a stick, kind of like a switch, I guess, in older parlance. Remember, this is set in the 80s, but he's never frequents that discipline. We never see that discipline. First off, but it's also he also really loves his children. He can be selfish at times, but the movie never paints him as evil, as a rotten. They don't portray him as a stereotypical, dad who's just kind of not all there. He loves his family. And same with Monica. They could have easily portrayed her as like a nagging character. She's not. She has very understandable concerns, and you really care for her. There's a subtlety and a kind of a dignity to her performance. It's really beautiful. The older sister is good. In a more, like a smaller scale kind of role, but it's really, I think, really the heart and soul of the movie is little David and Sunja, and I think that their relationship really makes this movie effervescent and really kind of takes it to that 12th gear. I loved Minari. Minari was a beautiful piece of work, a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. This has been a great year for movies so far, between Nomadland, Judas and the Black Messiah, the Billie Eilish film, and this. I loved this film so much. I think it's a beautiful piece of work, beautiful piece of art. It's also a family film. PG-13 rating is BS. There's nothing in this movie that is not G or PG rated. There's one reference to like an anatomical reference involving wetting the bed, and there's like one scene where there are a couple scenes where they use they say the word bastard, like, as like an insult, and there's one scene where a kid in the back of a bus flips off a car. That's it. That is it. There's nothing really vulgar in this movie. There's nothing violent in this movie. Nothing at all. This movie is a family film. This is as much a PG-13 movie as Whale Rider was, which means it's not. The kids will take the family to this movie. It's a great movie. So yeah, Minari is a masterpiece. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I officially love Issac Chung, and this movie won the Golden Globe for Best Foreign Language Film. It's an American film, but it's mostly in Korean, with some English thrown in there. Apparently, the daughter of Issac Chung prayed for her father to win. I thought that was very sweet. They had a cute little video with her and him. Also, the Golden Globes, I didn't watch it last night. I was rooting for Jane Levy. I love Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, but it keeps losing credibility for me. The Oscars I always watch. The Golden Globes, even the Oscars doesn't have the best credibility ever. There are a lot of films that are great that aren't even acknowledged. But I just think this whole thing, same thing that fell into the thing with The Farewell, the year before last, which was also phenomenal, but it was an American film that was mostly in Chinese, like All movies from all countries are worthy of being the best movie, guys. Parasite's win should have taught you that. The best movie won because Parasite was the best movie. It's the same way with this. Give it the proper due. Again, I'm glad Nomadland won Best Picture, but, like, this deserved to be nominated. Come on, Minari. So yeah, Minari gets 5 stars. Minari's a masterpiece. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash, was there? No, I had to rent this movie and during the credits, because of course I watched the credits, my voodoo crapped out, my connection sucks. But, yeah, there were no trailers. Also, another selling point is an A24 movie, which I've always said is the stamp of quality at this point, no matter what the genre is. Neon and A24 are like the stamps of honor. Was there shawarma? No. But there's kind of a beautiful song during the credits. I would recommend it. So yeah, that's it for me on Minari. Let's close the book on it. I will see you guys later for my review of the new Biggie documentary. I also have, like I said, movies coming up. I'm planning on seeing Boogie rather. He's coming out this weekend, Ray and the Last Dragon, and I might watch Chaos Walking, I don't know. Also, the movie Moxie, the new movie from Amy Poehler's coming out, and I kind of want to check that out. I'm not going to watch it on the first day because I have a doctor's appointment, but I will try to watch it around that time. And then we also have Trailer Park Boys, Jail, WandaVision, Pacific Rim: The Black, and maybe a little kind of preview of what's new on Paramount+. So, oh, and later tonight, I'm planning on doing a review of the series premiere of Debris, so this is going to be fun, among other things. So I will see you guys soon. See you guys very soon. See you in a little while, and that'll be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. See it all. I'm happy to share it with you. And Minari's great. Go watch it. Love you all. Respect you all. Thank you all.